Thank you very much, Ursula, and good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here today and a great privilege for Lloyds Banking Group to be supporting this very important conference for the second time. As one of Britain's oldest banks, our purpose at Lloyds today, to help Britain prosper, is as relevant as it was when we started some 250 years ago. We exist to help people, businesses and communities across Britain. And despite the bad press that banks have had in recent years, I do believe this is a noble purpose in which we can and do take pride. And from successfully delivering that noble purpose, we derive commercial success, not the other way around. Because when Britain prospers, so do we. So over the last few years, we've transformed Lloyds Banking Group into a low-risk, UK-focused retail and commercial bank. We've had to learn important lessons. We've had to undo the damage done by the financial crisis and begin restoring public trust. But our vision is to be trusted as the best bank for customers. And as part of that, 2 weeks ago, we launched an update of our Helping Britain Prosper plan to reflect the changing social and economic needs and make it even more relevant to the people and communities of the 21st century Britain. And there's a copy of that brochure on your tables, and I'd encourage you to look at that and read it to find out more about the commitments we've made. Of course, I wouldn't claim that we're unique as a business organization or even as a bank in wanting to engage with our communities, and we'll hear more, I'm sure, from Caroline and Nigel in a moment about the role of other businesses. But as Britain's largest domestic bank, we do feel a particular responsibility. And if I use this speech to talk about how we're approaching this agenda, I hope it will help inform the discussion about what is possible and how we can best play that role. For our purpose and our vision, of course, feeds our strong commitment to supporting the work of local enterprise partnerships. And I have a strong personal interest in the topic of devolution and partnership. As some 30 years ago, I was leading a team working with the CBI to establish one of the first public-private local partnerships in Newcastle. And that experience opened my eyes to the energy that can be unleashed by getting the private sector and all the various agencies of local and central government to work together around a common vision and a common plan. So I do believe this is a hugely important initiative. And I know that a number of you were at the pre-conference dinner last night and will have been able to engage with some of our senior bank colleagues from Lloyds, including some of the group's regional ambassadors. We have 10 ambassadors covering 7 English regions and the 3 nations that have been appointed from the group's senior leadership to work through how we can best engage across communities to assist you with your mission of bringing about economic growth. We want Lloyds to be a credible partner in that aim for growth and development, and I'd urge all of you to engage with the ambassadors we've appointed so that we can support you as much as possible with your aims. Because your agenda as LEPs does, I believe, align very well with our Helping Britain Prosper plan, especially your work on skills and the SME agenda. And we'll be keen to work with you and other agencies supporting local businesses through your business growth hubs. We were delighted that the Minister for Local Growth, James Wharton MP, who's arrived to join us today, was able to also to join us in Liverpool last month when we brought together our ambassadors and members of their executive committees to discuss, amongst other things, the changing devolution landscape and how we as a bank can support LEPs and local authorities as devolution progresses. And we were also grateful that Mark Reeve, the current LEP network chair, was able to join us at that event and gave us an excellent overview of LEPs and the work that you do. So given this agenda, it may be helpful if I outline briefly some of the ways we as a bank are engaged in supporting growth across the UK. We are a bank that is focused fundamentally on building lasting relationships with our customers through the cycle. So supporting SMEs and mid-sized businesses, as well as millions of households, is at the heart of our business. Last year, we helped over 100,000 startups get off the ground, and we're very proud to be supporting the next generation of entrepreneurs that are vital to the future prosperity of the UK. But our reach in supporting businesses, as well as covering the spectrum of size, also stretches across multiple sectors. For example, housing, infrastructure, and education. And in our full year results at the end of February, we were proud to announce, as part of our continued support for the UK economy, that we had helped 1 in 4 first-time buyers get onto the property ladder, that we'd seen continued growth in SME net lending, up 5% year on year, and we also pledged to invest £100 million in the Housing Growth Partnership by 2020 to address the UK housing shortage, enabling small and mid-sized house builders to build around 2,000 new homes a year. We also, at the other end of the scale, facilitated over £120 billion of new financing to support UK infrastructure projects. And closer to home, we continue to support our communities with over 3,200 apprenticeships created with permanent employment in the bank. Given the importance of the technology revolution to our customers, we're also a proud partner of Go On UK, the UK's leading digital skills charity, and we partnered with them on a number of initiatives, such as building an online toolkit to help organisations understand the benefits of increasing their digital skills. And we have a number of initiatives in plan this year to raise awareness of the significance of digital technology and support MSEs and charities to build digital skills. For example, our digital inclusion team is working closely with a number of practitioners to develop digital training programs. We've recently started a Digital Connect initiative, which is a pilot aimed at connecting digitally capable young people who are currently unemployed with small businesses in need of digital skills. In addition, the charitable foundations we support, the Bank of Scotland Foundation and Lloyds Bank Foundation for England and Wales, offer digital skills training and support alongside grants to small and medium-sized charities. And we'll be working closely with them throughout the year to develop further the support we can provide for their beneficiaries, providing the organisation who reach those most in need with the necessary skills to be able to survive and thrive in the digital world. We're also keen to support employment opportunities across communities. We have an amazingly diverse range of customers with many differing needs, and we recognise the importance of reflecting that diversity in our own workforce. We've set ourselves a target that at least 40% of our senior roles are occupied by women by 2020, and that figure currently stands at 31%. So it's a big challenge, but I know that some of you will be thinking through similar challenges to ensure that your organisations and your communities are also well catered for. And we help communities to prosper by addressing inequality, supporting disadvantaged people, and championing diversity, and make a difference through our foundations, these independent charitable bodies that reach disadvantaged people at key moments in their lives. In 2015, Lloyds Bank Foundation for England and Wales, for example, awarded over £15 million in grants to small local charities. And alongside that, we leverage our colleagues' talents and skills through volunteering programs as mentors and fundraisers to support communities. We aim to create 8,000 new Lloyds Banking Group apprenticeships by 2020. And as I've mentioned, we created 3,200 already in 2015. And 28% of those apprentices who joined the group in 2015 were recruited from areas defined by the UK government as disadvantaged. We've also recently launched our virtual work experience platform, which is packed with an exclusive blend of career information and activities endorsed by City and Guilds, all designed to help students explore their interests, examine their options, and choose their future career. And that platform is available for your use, and more detail can be found at our exhibition stand outside. And we'd be more than happy to collaborate with you and your teams on their local skills and employment agenda. So a lot going on, and bringing this all together, we do believe and hope that our Helping Britain Prosper plan is an effective way for us to engage in addressing the social and economic challenges that Britain faces today, and that we can use our scale and skill to make our presence felt to help communities across Britain. Our challenge now is how to channel that work to work most effectively with the leaders across the country assigned with bringing about change, all of you, as more powers are devolved. And alongside that, how we harness the enormous power of our colleagues' volunteering programs and our charitable foundations to work alongside those commercial activities to make the biggest impact. We very much hope today's discussions will help address those questions. So I'm delighted that Lloyds Bank is the headline sponsor for this annual conference. And we want to be working closely with LEPs across the country to achieve our shared aims. And thank you very much for allowing us to get involved. Thank you.